Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Dead Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay what you want tabletop RPG where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find that in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their free tabletop RPG, the Red Roleplaying Game. This is a generic system allowing you to play any sort of theme, genre, flavor, setting that you can imagine. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I am continuing my review series featuring Nightfell, Children of the Moon. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review series featuring this lycanthropy source book for the Nightfell setting for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time, we are going to talk about the influence of the moon over the lycanthropies, as well as backgrounds. When it comes to the lunar influence, the effects of the moon over these beasts, whether they are player characters who have contracted lycanthropy, or monsters and non-player characters managed by the Dungeon Master or Night Master, the influences have a visible effect not only thematically but also mechanically in the form of variable traits. So, for example, in the case of a full moon, during the full moon, where beasts enter a frenzy as the curse that flows in their blood boils, overexciting them relentlessly. In the case of characters, when they complete a short rest, that is, player characters, during the full moon phase, they may recover one spent wild dice. When it comes to werbeast monsters or non-player characters, many werbeasts have special traits and abilities that are only usable during the full moon. In the case of the descending moon, during this moon, werbeasts feel the approach of the new moon, a new time, when they are weaker and less dangerous. In the case of player characters, the wild die increases by one size according to the progression in the table. In the case of non-player character werbeasts, during the descending moon, many werbeasts have bonuses to initiative speed or damage. And these are just a couple of examples. There are plenty of other cases where the phases of the moon will have an influence upon you. Now, when it comes to the backgrounds, night adventurers afflicted with Lupercarnus's disease often conceal the sad truths of their past, and you have many examples of this. Just to name a couple of instances, hair to the blood. According to scholars, werbeasts can have children and hand down their genes, but it is well known that the curse is inherited by the child in many forms. Some of those born to werbeasts can be werbeasts themselves, or worse, be born as abominations. You have skills such as acrobatics, animal handling, athletics. When it comes to equipment, you start the game with things such as a necklace with animal tusks hanging from it, or maybe a hand-carved wooden toy and a rusty knife. With the feature of wild blood, Lupercarnus's legacy enhances the character's blood, who has a natural dominance over beasts. Heirs to the blood have an advantage on charisma intimidate checks performed on wild animals. And there are plenty of other things. Like you have the Plagued One, the Sentinel of the Full Moon, or perhaps, oh no, that is moving it further into the next part of the review series. This concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we are going to take a look at the blood magic and other nuances. Now, when it comes to these backgrounds and the phases of the moon, They could be considered, well, in the case of the faces of the moon, optional. And in the case of the backgrounds, I think they do a great job tying your character together to the setting. So I would recommend that you do not ignore them, that you use them. It's going to be very rich, both in the terms of the rules mechanics, but also in the fiction, how the influence of Lubokernos is felt throughout the setting. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master, and remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.